I think that's the number one message we get. Is like, how do you do this? And how do you get paid?
Yeah.
So, here are the answers.
Here is how.
This is all that I need and more. Perfectly safe and sure. I'll be with you.
Hi, everyone.
Hello! Welcome. Or hello. Nice to meet ya. Ew. Anyways, I'm Allie.
And I'm Sam. Today, we are going to share how influencers make money, kind of, and how you could do it.
And kind of a little bit about our experience and what we've learned.
Yeah?
Yeah, just kind of an overview.
We make all of our money as influencers.
Yeah, okay, so I was
Or
thinking
content creators.
Okay, so yeah, like I guess it's the best term to use.
It's
even
what
though
everyone uses.
It is, or like I used to call it Instagrammers back in the day.
An Instagrammer?
Like 4 years ago. That's what it was called. The term influencer is a relatively new term.
Is it?
Yeah, look it up.
Okay.
It totally is. Like that just evolved in the last few years. I could be so wrong.
She could be so wrong.
But I'm right.
She does this thing where she acts like she knows what she's talking about, and she's so convincing that people are like, oh my god, of course she must know this fact, when really she just made that up.
So listen though, guys. Okay, so the point of that was, the best term to describe it would be influencer. Some people don't like that term and they call themselves content creators. We don't care.
Yeah.
If you want to call us an influencer, cool. The only drawback is like it's kind of embarrassing if someone's like, what do you do? What's your job? You can't
be like,
you can't say influencer.
Yeah.
I mean you could, but we work in marketing.
Yeah, that's what we normally
Because
say.
what do you say?
Okay, so we got our start in, I searched this, January 2016 is when we technically launched our Instagram.
It's when we had our first post.
Yes, is when we had our first post on our Instagram. We did not make money from that for a long time.
Probably like 2 years after.
Yeah, 2 years, I'd say.
But we should also mention, in case you are new here, our Instagram is at Allie and Sam. If you wanted to follow us. And who are we? We are married.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, that's it. That's us. We share.
Oh, that's it. We're married. That's all you need
four
to
pets
know.
and we share our life. Our page is basically about our life. It's like a lifestyle page, I guess you would say.
Yeah. And then in January 2018, Allie actually quit her job.
I did.
But she wasn't doing influencing full time.
Barely. We were just starting to get paid Instagram collaborations, and it was like $30, and I was so excited, and I was like, can you imagine we post a photo and we get $30?
We were barely making money at all at that point. It was mostly like gifted campaigns. But come October 2018, I quit my job.
Yeah.
And we were making significantly more money on Instagram content.
We also have a social media marketing company, so at that time we were still making way more than half of our money, like 70% of our money from A&S Social, which is the marketing company. We started making actual money from Instagram, but by no means was that sufficient enough to live off of. 2019, every month got higher and higher and higher.
Yeah.
So it was 2019 that it was actually starting.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So we have been really lucky, and we've worked with some really cool brands. We've had really cool travel opportunities, all because of Instagram and YouTube. So we wanted to share with you guys how we do it and how you could potentially do it too.
Yeah, I think that's the number one message we get. Is like, how do you do this? And how do you get paid?
Yeah.
So, here are the answers.
Here is how. How did we get started? From the time when we launched our page to when we started actually making money, I think the big thing that got us to being able to make money was having good engagement, having good growth on Instagram, but mostly it's just the engagement and having an engaged community of people that actually enjoy following you and interact with you. I think that's the number one thing that you need to get started, and that we hadn't helped us get started.
Yeah.
So in general, how can you work with brands on either Instagram or YouTube? So when it comes to Instagram, there's different kinds of campaigns. So what are they?
So you can get gifted products. So for instance, like these were sent to us. You can get things sent to you, so then you'll post in your stories or on your feed. You can get paid campaigns, so that means a brand will pay you to post about something. You can do giveaways.
You can get PR, which is just kind of sent to you. You don't have to actually do anything for it. There's no requirements. There's no contract that you have to do a certain amount of stuff for it. It's just something that is sent to you.
Yeah, what that means is like you're on a PR list.
Yeah.
So for instance, David's Tea might have you on their PR list.
Yeah.
And every season they'll send you a PR package.
And then another thing that you can do is affiliate marketing and affiliate partnerships.
Yeah.
Which is they're not paying you a certain rate. They're not saying, I'll pay you $100 to do this post. Instead, you might get $5 for every sale that you do, or a percentage. And then when it comes to YouTube, because sometimes people ask us, does YouTube pay you?
No.
YouTube themselves don't pay us. You can monetize your videos, which is kind of like YouTube paying you. So for the ads that run before your video, or sometimes during your video or after, you get a little bit of money for people watching them. So you get a cut of YouTube's ad revenue, the AdSense, if you will. And that's one way to make money. I know that you need to have a certain amount of subscribers, and I don't know what those little details are. Or another option is that you can make money from sponsored videos. So that is a brand gifting you something or paying you to talk about their product in a video. So how do you go about getting a job or working with a brand? So there's some different options. One, you can reach out to them. If you're feeling bold and like, why not? You could either slide into their DMs and reach out, or you could.
You could, but you have to be professional.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you can slide into their DMs, still gonna say it, or send them an email about working together, or lots of times once you have worked with brands in the past, other brands will reach out to you about working with them.
Yeah.
So they send you an email or a message about working together. Another option, which is really great for people just getting started, is the different sites and apps that are for social media marketing, where you can see brands and the campaigns that they're running, and you're able to apply for them.
You can just Google them too. Like you can just Google influencer marketing platforms.
Yeah.
And tons will come up. There aren't very many good ones. So you really
It's
have
trial
to
and
sift
error.
through and find what's good for you. And you can also search the same thing in the app store on your phone, and that's what I did. Just like spent so much time going through and finding ones that are for our specific country, because that's the hardest part I found. Yeah.
And then that's what Allie used to spend a lot of time doing when we started. Those apps and sites, that's how we got most of our first campaign.
It is a lot. It was full time. Like that took me all day just applying, and then we get like maybe one or two.
Yeah.
So it is a lot of work at the start. I gotta tell you.
Yeah.
But it's worth it. You have to be super patient, but it is worth it. And also I want to circle back to that email thing. Email is preferable. And even if you DM them to ask for their PR contact's email. If this is going to be your business, you want to be professional right from the get-go. Don't be like, hey, want to work together? No one would say yes to that. And if they do, I would be shocked. So just remember that. You got to be professional.
How do you reach out to a brand then?
You could go to their website. Let's use an example. Dyson, because this is what happened.
Sure.
So Dyson, we wanted to work with Dyson. So I spent some time. It sometimes is really, really hard to find their PR contact. You might have to Google a lot of things. Usually if you go to the website, there would be like a media section or a news section.
At the very bottom, scroll to that bottom menu.
Or at the top, like the top in one of the, like, look, you'll have to sift through, but go to that, and then there's usually a contact with, like, it'll say PR or media, or even like sometimes bloggers, influencers. Or you could Google PR contact for PR agency for this company. So once you find that email, you'll want to send that email directly to the PR person. If it's like info at, it usually will never reach the PR person. You want to be very succinct in it. You'll say briefly who you are, a little bit about your platform that you're on, what you post about. So like we're a lifestyle blog or whatever you may be. You want to say a tiny bit about your stats, but if you just attach a media kit instead, that's better. Say, do you have any campaigns on the go this spring? Love to work with you, or discuss a partnership. Please let me know if you're interested. Sign your name. That's it. With your links, make sure you like link when you say I'm the face behind Allie and Sam or something.
Oh,
Link.
that's what you say.
I don't know. I just said
I was
that.
like, I've never said that.
like when you say add Allie and Sam, have that clickable to go to your Instagram page because people want something that's like they get 100 emails a day probably. So like you want to be like not stand out because you know they're all the same, but like the easier the better. And if you have to DM them, that's fine. Ask for their email and then do the same. Or a lot of shops will have forms on their website. So if you do some research, it might say like influencer application form.
There you go.
Like travel, tourism companies often have that.
There you go.
There you go.
And when it comes to pay, it's hard to decide how much you're worth and how much you can charge, but typically it is based on your engagement. So you can calculate an engagement rate, which is a percentage of how many of your followers are engaging with you. Engaging, in case you don't know, is like likes, comments, shares, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's based on your engagement and then also your reach. So how many accounts are seeing your stuff?
Also, though, if you are curious, like there's payment calculators.
Yeah.
If you want to know, like, how much could you make? If say you have like, so I think if you Google, well, how much can I make from an Instagram post or something, you can put in your handle, and there's calculators that can tell you. I think they kind of lowball it a bit. You
Yeah,
charge
it
more than
depends.
that, but it's a rough estimate. So if you're curious, you can Google that and see.
Also, this is just one little pro tip for people that are just starting out. When you get messages, this is like our moms. I love our moms so much.
They got a real one though.
Did they?
This week.
Sometimes people will reach out and they will say, I'd love to work with you. You'd be a great fit for our brand. You buy this much of our stuff, we'll give you 50% off. And 5% of every sale you will make. It could sound really enticing, but you shouldn't be having to spend your money to represent a brand.
Yeah.
There is affiliate things that you can do, like Amazon affiliates, so if you're eligible, where you can just make that percent of things that you buy anyway.
So yeah, be careful with
You have to be
random
careful.
messages. A lot of them are just copy pasted to tons of accounts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a question. Who is this for? Who could be working with brands in some capacity?
Anybody. Except you have to have certain characteristics, I think.
Like?
Which is patience, which I don't have, but in this situation I did have. Like, you need to be super patient because it takes a long time to build your brand. You have to be very self-motivated because working for yourself, you always have to be self-motivated. But also, like, opportunities don't happen unless you're going to make them happen. So if you're not driven and self-motivated, it's probably not the career for you. Also, if you like someone else to be giving you direction, not the career for you. And I think you have to be, to an extent, pretty creative because, well, you're creating content all the time. You're writing, you're taking photos, you're editing, you're doing it all. So if you have those skills, that really will help you. But you can also learn those.
Yeah,
so
true.
You have to be not afraid to be authentic and share about yourself. Unless you're food, I don't know.
Is there a certain number of followers that people need?
Yes, obviously, but like, no.
Like not 5.
Yeah.
But not 50,000.
Yeah, we stayed at our first hotel for free with 4,000 followers. And it was in LA, and it was a nice hotel. So, like, you can stay places.
So I think you can start getting gifted collabs and some maybe small campaigns with 1,000 followers.
Yes, my sister actually did. She gets rugs.
Yeah.
She has like 4,000 followers, and she gets a lot of kids' stuff for free. You don't need a ton of followers. If you have good engagement, or also if you have another skill to offer them. If you're a good photographer, that is sometimes more valuable to a brand than a post on your page, is if you could provide them with 10 photographs for their page.
Yeah.
So play up all your other skills because it's very useful to brands. You don't need a ton of followers, but obviously, like,
None.
building up an audience does help and does open up more opportunities for you.
Yes, for sure. So if you guys liked this, then Allie was thinking that we could make a little series.
Yeah, because
and do some other
there's
videos.
so much that you can say. Like, there's so much you can say, or so much that we could share, but it's way too much. Like, I feel like this barely scratched the surface. Like, I want to dive deep into every little thing, but you said no, so. So I have a lot to share with you, but I can't because the wife says no. But we'll do like little, maybe like dive deeper into specific topics. So if you wanted to learn like how to stay at a hotel for free, or how to get a full trip paid for, I don't know, like specific things, let us know what topics you want to learn about. Specifically, if you want to learn like how to grow your Instagram, or like what kind of content brands are looking for, how to like go about creating a sponsored post once you have a branded deal.
Wow, look at you. She wants to share everything.
I want to share everything. It's
Give all
it's
the great
really
secrets.
Well, like, why not? I mean, we
Yeah.
love this. We feel so lucky that we're able to do this. And if anyone else wants to be able to, I think that the information should be out there, because it wasn't there for us when we really could have used someone to talk to about it.
Yeah, that's
So,
true.
yeah, thanks for watching. If you have more questions, you probably have more questions.
You definitely have more questions.
Ask them below, or send us a message on Instagram. Sometimes it takes us a while to get back to you, but we will try our best to get there.
Okay, we will see you guys again soon.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Okay,
Okay,
bye.
bye.
Hard to concentrate.